How insulin resistance is keeping you fat and 4 ways to fix it. Hi, my name is Dr. Michael Diamonds. I'm the founder of Sculpt by Science. I'm an MD and also a professional natural bodybuilder. Insulin resistance is one of the most common health conditions globally. 1 in 3 Americans are suffering from it, and it's even higher in different countries. Lebanon has 45% of the population struggling with insulin resistance. You may not know, but insulin resistance is keeping you fat. If your cells become too resistant to insulin, it can result in elevated blood sugar levels, which can lead to prediabetes and type 2 diabetes. Losing weight with insulin resistance is more difficult because the body stores this excess blood sugar as fat. But what is insulin resistance? What causes it? And perhaps most importantly, how do we fix it? The video will answer all of these questions, giving you a good idea of what insulin resistance is and how it's caused and how to reverse it through lifestyle changes. But first, we need to talk about what insulin actually is. But before we dive in, a lot of research and editing goes into making a video like this. I work my tail off. Just do me one favor, if you wouldn't mind, gently bless the like button. And if you enjoy this kind of content and you're new, subscribe and hit the bell notification. Let's kick it off. So, what's insulin? Many people talk about insulin, but without actually understanding what it is. Insulin is a hormone and it's produced in the pancreas. Its role is to transport glucose, blood sugar, which is used for energy, into the cells, into your muscles and liver, as well as your fat cells. These cells then use glucose for energy. Insulin doesn't just transport glucose, it also plays an important role in controlling how much glucose you have in your blood. It works alongside another hormone produced in the pancreas called glucagon to help keep your body sugar levels within a certain range. If your blood sugar is too low, the pancreas releases glucagon, which tells the liver to produce glucose until blood sugar levels are stabilized and normalized. If your blood sugar is too high, the pancreas releases insulin, which tells fat cells to store more glucose and help lower blood sugar back to normal levels. This is a very basic interpretation of what insulin does, but it is all you need to know and understand for what insulin resistance is and why it's important to prevent it when possible. So, what is insulin resistance? So when insulin is functioning correctly, it can help transport the glucose into the liver and muscle cells, where the glucose is then used for energy, or it's stored in the fat cell in the future when in excess. Insulin resistance is a condition where the insulin fails to deliver the glucose into the cell. This means that the glucose is still in the blood. Your pancreas responds by sending more insulin into the bloodstream. Because your cells aren't taking your sugar out of your blood sugar levels will remain high for much longer than usual. Eventually, the insulin hormone will manage to clear the blood sugar from your blood, but the process takes longer than usual, and this results in more insulin being released. Chronically high blood sugar can cause a lot of damage to the body, and it can also cause weight gain. This is because once the liver and the muscle cells are full, any additional glucose is sent to your fat cells for storage. Is there a difference between insulin resistance and diabetes? Insulin resistance and diabetes are often conflated. This is understandable as both involve high blood sugar levels, but there are two differences. Insulin resistance is where the body's able to produce enough insulin, but your cells aren't responding properly. Diabetes is where your body isn't able to produce enough insulin to keep your blood sugar levels in check. It's important to know that insulin resistance often leads to type 2 diabetes. When you're insulin resistant, your body will be able to keep producing enough insulin to deal with your high blood sugar levels. This puts strain on your pancreas, and eventually it may begin to struggle to produce the required levels. Once this happens, you'll suffer from prediabetes and then eventually type 2 diabetes. Luckily, all 3 conditions are reversible. What are the main causes of insulin resistance? Scientists aren't completely sure specifically what causes insulin resistance, but there are a number of lifestyle factors that can lead to insulin resistance. Here are 6 of the most common causes. Number 1 is family history. One of the biggest factors that determine and decide whether you'll become insulin resistant or not is your genetics. If members of your family or have had diabetes, then you're more likely to do so too. This is mostly genetic because this can also be the cultural cause associated with your family history. Race is another factor, but this also falls into family history. So I've combined these 2 into one section. Basically, if your mom, dad, uncle, or cousin has ever been insulin resistant, you should definitely keep keep an eye out for yourself. Number 2, it is obesity. It's a well-known contributor to insulin resistance and vice versa. Though it certainly is possible to become insulin resistant without being obese, these two are often linked. Obesity can cause inflammation, hormonal fluctuations, and increase the amount of fatty acids, all of which have been shown to cause the development of insulin resistance. Cause number 3 is a sedentary lifestyle. Studies have shown that a sedentary lifestyle can rapidly lead to insulin resistance, with one study reporting a 67% increase in insulin response to glucose in people who were on bed rest. As mentioned earlier, increases in insulin release are usually a sign of insulin resistance. Scientists aren't exactly sure as to the mechanism behind this, but obvious answers would be an increase in adipose tissue, increased inflammation, higher cortisol levels, and a disruption to hormones such as testosterone and estrogen. The fourth cause is high carb diets. I have to be careful with this one because carbohydrates have been unfairly vilified in the past. So when I say a high carb diet may increase insulin resistance, I'm talking about high carb diets that mostly are made up of high sugar foods and are very high in calories. If you have a high carb diet that's packed full of low GI carbohydrates, low glycemic index carbohydrates, and dietary fiber, then you're unlikely to become insulin resistant. But if it's packed with candy for breakfast and apple pies for lunch, and for dinner you're having a whole cake, then you'll be in trouble. Cause number 5 is nicotine. It is one of the biggest causes for insulin resistance, yet people don't mention this one too much. Many of the chemicals in cigarettes cause inflammation, which affects how your cells respond to insulin. If you're at risk, then quitting smoking could possibly be your first priority. Cause number 6 is insomnia, and sleep is crucial for health, and it plays a big role in stress management, appetite, weight loss, hormone production, and recovery from exercise. So it should be of no surprise that bad sleep could affect insulin resistance. So glucose homeostasis is your body's attempt to keep your blood sugar levels at an ideal level. Remember, in the beginning of the video where we looked at the roles of insulin and glucagon, too much blood sugar and insulin is released. Too little glucagon is released instead. Insomnia has been shown to affect glucose homeostasis. It literally disrupts your ability to regulate your blood sugar levels. Bad sleep can also affect your appetite, and it can cause you to seek out those high calorie foods, and this can lead to weight gain, which is also another significant risk factor. So what is the number 1 cause for over 40-year-olds? It's an unhealthy lifestyle. It's the number 1 cause of insulin resistance in men and women over 40. Bad sleep, stressful lives, hypercaloric diets, and having an increasingly sedentary lifestyle all combine to cause insulin resistance to be one of the most common health conditions on the planet. If I had to pick one cause, it would have to be the diet. Portion sizes have grown over the years. The use of high sugar foods, highly palatable ingredients become more prevalent. This combined with a low energy expenditure, so you're eating a lot of high sugary foods, you're also very sedentary, we're sitting a lot more than usual. It has increased the obesity rates, which is a huge cause for insulin resistance. So these are the typical symptoms of insulin resistance, and they're fairly unsurprising, but most often it's required for you to visit a doctor. A large waistline is one of the biggest symptoms, as high blood pressure and high cholesterol levels as well. Many of these are impossible to spot on your own, but if you have a large waistline, go and see your doctor and get the following blood tests. Ask for blood glucose tests, cholesterol tests, and blood pressure tests. So how would we fix insulin resistance fast? These changes can be made rapidly, but remember, it may take a while to bear its fruit. Each step is crucial to long-term success, but if these changes become overwhelming, then just pick one at a time and then master it. I'd recommend step number 2, which will be sleep. It's the simplest thing to implement with the most benefits for your health. But let's start with step 1, is increasing your daily activity levels. The biggest change you need to make is to reverse the weight gain. The heavier you become, the more inflammation and other health complaints you have to deal with. Each one of the steps on this list are designed to address the issues, but one of the first steps should be to increase the number of calories you're burning each and every single day. And this can be done by going to the gym, going to swim, running, sports, just go for a walk. But for many people, walking a few thousand steps more each day can make a huge difference, particularly if you're severely overweight or obese. Set up a free step counting app on your smartphone and set yourself some ambitious targets each and every single day. We're doing this right now with all of my clients. We're doing a step challenge and everyone is ranging between 15,000 and 20,000. There's no reason you can't set up a step challenge in your household with your family. Then try find ways to increase your step count. Take the stairs instead of the elevator. Park your car further away from where you usually park. Walk your dog on longer routes. Go on a walk with your partner. You get the idea. Then you can start adding more ambitious exercises into your day, but take things one step at a time. Again, the biggest one is go for walks. Set a goal for 8,000 steps and keep on increasing it. Step number 2 is focusing on sleep quality and quantity. Establishing a sleep routine is one of the best things you can do to improve your health. Try and get 8 hours of sleep each and every single night, and if possible, go to bed and wake up at the same time each day. That is the first thing to do, is setting up a routine, is a sleep time and a wake time. Doing this will get your body into a routine, and soon you'll notice that you drift off quicker. Avoiding caffeine in the late afternoon and evening is a good option. Taking supplements that will improve your sleep is also another. Deep breathing, meditation, and also get rid of electronic devices before your bedtime. So I want you guys to remember this. It's called the 10-3-2-1 method. 10 hours before bed, no caffeine. 3 hours before bed, your last meal. 2 hours before bed, no fluids. 1 hour before bed, no screens. And then set yourself an alarm to go to bed every day. Mine is 8:30 p.m. to get into bed by 9, maybe 9:30 p.m. and then repeat. Step 3. Let's make changes to your diet. What I want you to do is I want you to increase your protein intake. I also want you to be able to reduce your junk food intake as well. And also reduce your portion sizes. Add more fiber into your diet, as this can help stabilize blood sugar and improve your digestion. But what I recommend is watch any of my videos that show you different meal plans. I have a playlist and I'll link it in the video. My 5 favorite breakfasts, lunches, dinners, and snacks. And I believe in the snack video, I even have a PDF that shows you all the meals that I made, the macros for it and the ingredients and the portion sizes. You have no excuses now. Eat better. Step number 4. We want to decrease our overall body fat levels. Creating a caloric deficit where you burn more calories each day than you consume is crucial for fat loss. This deficit can be created by exercising more, eating less, or a combination of both. If you follow these 3 previous steps properly, then step 4 should be automatic. My final thoughts, guys. Make no mistake, insulin resistance is a big deal. If you find out that you have it, then it should be a serious wake-up call. But don't be disheartened. There are many things that you can do to reverse it, and you may be surprised at how much better your life is when you do. The solution to insulin resistance is probably not too surprising. Exercise, diet, sleep, and reducing the vices such as smoking and drinking. But they can be hard to do. The best piece of advice that I can give you is start by establishing small habits. Go for walks, exercise more, go and do a marathon, walk 10,000 steps each and every single day. If you need to improve your diet, then don't jumpstart on a paleo diet or a fad diet. Just swap out the morning bowl of high sugary oats for maybe a protein shake instead. Then build up from there. The biggest mistake you can make is thinking that you need to make an immediate turn on your life and turn it upside down. You don't need to make drastic changes. Just make small strategic ones, one step at a time, and I promise you will be in a better position. I'll leave the video there. Let me know if you guys did enjoy it. Leave the video the gentle thumbs up and comment down below if you're dealing with this issue and if you guys want more of these type of videos. I'll leave it there. I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.